Hey Facebook, so this is my first live video. This is kind of exciting, but I just got off a live call to about 90 women and we were talking about self-belief, and I was talking about self-belief. So I thought I'd share a little bit of my journey from constantly negative to positive and growing myself constantly, because I get this question a lot, and I really used to be so negative. Like, I was called Negative Nancy and Drama Queen, and no one really wanted to be around me, and I had no self-esteem and no confidence, and I would literally like look at the ground when I was walking, when people walked by, because I was so introverted and shy, and I was like, I didn't even want to talk to people, and I knew what it felt like to be completely shut off from the world, because I would do that myself. I was such an introvert. I'm still an introvert, but I've worked on myself, so I feel like I'm coming out of my shell. But how do I go from constantly negative to kind of like dig that sort of tunnel to the light, into positivity? I had to start believing myself in myself, that like I was worth that climb. So a quote that I love is, she understood that the hardest times in life to go through were when you were transitioning from one version of yourself to another. So when I established like belief in myself, that I wanted to change, because the first step is wanting to change, I wanted to gain confidence for the first time, and I had to put myself first and establish a game plan. So I'm going to give you 3 tips of my game plan. Number 1 is I got active. I committed to my health, and it helped with my confidence so much. And I worked out and I sweat out my anger. This is like from my dorm room, so no excuses. I had like a jail cell space and I already felt so much better just from sweating it out and having endorphins. And when I lacked motivation, I had accountability in the form of virtual fit buddies. So when I'm like, oh man, I really want to have some pizza, I would get like help with that. And when I didn't feel like working out, I had accountability for that. And number 2, hi Lauren, number 2, I started eating foods that made me feel better. So I paid attention to how I felt when I was eating, and obviously dairy made me feel like crap, and so did eating a lot of carbs. And this was like when I was a carvetarian, so I was eating all the pizza and probably drinking all the sugary alcoholic drinks, which I shouldn't have had. But when I ate a salad, and I'm on a cleanse right now, so I'm having salad like every single day for lunch, I felt amazing. It goes to show you the power of plants. But my health like was a huge factor when like how I started feeling happier and lighter and more confident. So really think about what you're eating, because it's going to contribute to that like personality change. It's so true. I wasn't sluggish or anything. Number 3, thanks mom. Number 3 was I worked on my growth as a human being. Like, more than anything, I put effort into always listening to positivity, and I still do it to this day. And I stopped scrolling the damn newsfeed, because comparison is a thief of joy. And I have so many podcasts that I'd love to share with you guys that I listen to every single day, and I'd be happy to like put them in the comments if you'd like to do that. I could share those, but every single time I'm not doing something. So if I'm meal prepping, or if I'm doing my makeup in the morning, or if I'm like walking to my car, or if I'm in my car, I am listening to positive vibes. I'm constantly listening to positivity, and I also read every day. So I would say my top favorite 3 books are Energy Bus. Love that book. It completely changed my life. Start, that's by John Acuff, and Girl Code, especially if you're a female entrepreneur, it's incredible. And that really helped me stop comparing myself, and I started loving who I was actually becoming, because I put myself first. So if you have like ridiculous, continuous, consistent belief in yourself, and you keep working on confidence and self-love, you're not going to be dragged down for a long period of time, because it's life. Like, we get dragged down when things happen, but you're not going to be dragged down by social media or by haters or by what's not in your control. Like anything, we have that power, and if you have the belief in yourself to know the universe has your back, you can continue going and growing with your life. So I got active, I looked at my health, and I revamped it. I listened to my body and what felt good, and I worked on myself every freaking day. I still do it. And if you want to gain confidence and self-love and understand balance, you really have to look within and have that moment where you're like, I need to do this for myself. Like, am I genuinely happy with where I'm at? And that's what I asked myself. I'm like, I need to change something. And I knew that this was a huge turning point for me, especially with my health and fitness. And I started that path to self-love, and I continue it today. And we all deserve it. We should all be at peace with ourselves, and we shouldn't have to be that person who gets called Negative Nancy, because that broke my heart when I was called that all the time. So I started that path to self-love, and I had to become that positive person that I wanted to attract in my life. So in order to attract positivity, we have to be positivity. So if you want to know those favorite podcasts, I'd be happy to share them in the comments. Just comment below if you'd like them. And I would be happy to share the authors of my favorite books too, because I have like a library of amazing personal growth books. But know that you can do whatever you set your mind to, and I thought I'd just pop into the newsfeed tonight and say that. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your night.